Yeah. Let's go. Looking for my love and my best friend, hoping this ain't the end. I need someone to hold me, tell me lies and scold me. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what you bring me to marry? Is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. Need to marry? Is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. I want that real love that lasts long, the kind that makes me strong. Playing these silly games. I need someone to call my name. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what
night phone calls with you. The only thing I wanna do. It feels so right, it must be true. Girl, it must be true. It's the vibe you give to me. It sets my soul free. Hey, 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 hey. Her and I, yeah, we a team. She's my dream, my everything. Her and I, living in ecstasy, just her and I. Walking down the street, hey. Holding hands, oh so sweet. I never thought that I could meet someone.
Hold up. There we go. You see what happens when you get new equipment, new mics and all that stuff? You tend to mess up. It's like a whole learning curve all over again. But I said, what up, YouTube? We are live. We are live. We are back in the building. And special shout outs to you. So, yo, check it. I don't got a channel sponsor, right? Well, I have a channel sponsor. It's T. Henley, but I'm not sponsored by this microphone here. But the Nano, this mic, I advise if you are a podcaster to get it. I mean, I hope my audio is coming across good, but what I noticed on Sunday when we did a show, that sounded pretty good. I sounded pretty good. Could you hear me now? Could you hear me, D? Oh, yeah, you can hear me. All right, I'm good now. So, yeah, and so I just bought this microphone, and I recommend if you do podcasts, or even if you like, you want to get a, you do a lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of like webinars and stuff like that. My advice is to get yourself a microphone that you don't have to stay stationary with. And I promise you, I'm going to get a sponsorship from this company because I'm sitting here talking about it. So with this mic, as I said, it's wireless, completely wireless. Like I don't even got to hook it up to the computer to talk to y'all. I could just walk around freely and y'all can still hear me. I think that is so dope because prior to this, you always had to stay still wherever you was stationary on your microphone so people can hear you. So I'm excited about this. And as y'all can see, I got my glasses on today because your boy is going blind. Blind is so bad I can barely see. So when y'all be writing stuff in the comment section and all that, if you ever see that I have a hard time struggling reading it, it's because I can barely see what y'all writing. But I'm back, y'all, with my glasses on, and I'm excited. And I promised y'all that I was going to start doing more shows, right? So we back active, we back live, we about to get it. We about to get it. So today I have a guest with me that's gonna pop in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited to have her on. She was on Sunday's show. My sister says, looking good in those glasses. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Me and my specs, I had them for years. It's just me being ignorant and feeling like, yo, I don't need those. And then all it does is just make you strain every time you try to see something. And then eventually it catches up to you with age now. Y'all all know I'm 44 years old. So it caught up with me. I'm like, yo, every time I try to look at anything with glasses, I can't even drive without my glasses. This is getting crazy. This is getting out of control. Ain't nobody told me it was going to be like this. But anyways, we got a good show for y'all. My guest is going to be up in just a few minutes. And I honestly want to make her more than just a guest for a once in a while show. I'm trying to get her to permanently be on the show. Jay is in the building. What up, Wanda? Hope all is well on your end. Good seeing you over here on a Friday. Shout out and salute to you. So, you know, I'm trying to make her permanent, because I love her. I love her presence. I love to have people, when you have these type of shows, I love to have people that know how to have a conversation without taking things to over the top, being emotional, right? They're able to just have the conversation with you. You see, here's my thing. When we talk about relationships, because you all know I'm the marriage guy, right? I got a whole dating show called Meet to Marry. So we all know that I truly believe in men and women coming together, building families, so on and so forth. You're going to have heartaches. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have it. It's a part of the game. But I think we strayed away from being realistic to what family is supposed to be about, to this imaginary Disney fairy tale, to what family is supposed to be about. So when I'm having these shows and these panels, and depending on the guest, there's certain things about certain people that I admire, y'all. And this young lady that's coming up on the panel right now, I truly admire her. You know what I'm saying? And I admire her. One, she's cool as hell. Two, like, she talks because she knows what she's talking about. And when you deal with people like that, you can actually have a good back and forth dialect. Maybe we might not agree on certain things, and that's okay, right? You never want to have a conversation with people that you completely agree with everything about, because that's me just talking. That's us talking at each other. But when we talk with each other, then now we could try to come to some form of solution, especially when you're on the internet, when you're doing podcasts and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you're talking to people that could have a good back and forth with you that's healthy. And that was something that I loved about her. I truly enjoyed having her on the show on Friday. And I'm bigging her up right now like crazy. I'm still waiting for her to come on into the back room. She said to give her a few minutes. So let me see. My guess is she says she's coming now. So she'll be up here within a few minutes. So I'm looking forward to having her on the show today. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. For those of y'all who celebrate or don't celebrate, the biggest thing about Thanksgiving to me and these holidays is not about the actual day itself. It's way more about family, right? And like, we all get a chance to get together. Most of us literally only see our mothers. We only see our fathers. We only see our aunts and uncles and the people that matter to us only a few times a year. So what I love about this time of year is that we take time out as a people to say, yo, you matter to me, right? But honestly, and then through the rest of the year, yeah, you should be grinding. You know what I'm saying? You should be doing what you got to do. She said, and a day off. Yeah, we all look forward for the days off too. Listen, I took 2 weeks off at the end of the month of my 9 to 5. But you know it doesn't stop, right? Because I got Meet to Marry, which Meet to Marry will be dropping late December. So put your hands together for Meet to Marry. Yo, I'm super excited about that. Super excited about dropping the episode for y'all. My wife and I, and my editor Tom, and the rest of my whole crew. Well, we worked so hard. I'm talking about so hard for 3 months straight to get this together. So we finally got it together. And I am about to welcome our guest to the show. Everybody give a shout out to Miss Harmony. You got an echo.
We got an echo.
Oh, okay. Hold on now.
I think you're playing it in the background. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Could you hear me? Nah, it's still giving an echo for some reason. You got YouTube playing like in the background or?
Nah, I usually do too. That's what's crazy.
For real?
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, it's definitely feeding back. All right, she gonna come right back up. I guess shut down everything and come back up because, it was just giving that echo. But I'm excited to have her on the show today. When I talk about dope, she is dope. She is dope, a dope guest, and like I said, having somebody that's able to have a real conversation with you about a topic and come to some form of a solution. And y'all all know this channel has always been very much solution based. Like I don't base this channel on just trying to, give y'all whatever. I like solutions,
Can you hear me now?
What? Go ahead, say something.
Can you hear
I
me?
hear myself echoing. Yeah, I hear you. But there's an echo for sure. Hold on, let me see. Let me see why we have this echo. So I just muted you. Do you hear echo from me on my side? All right. Go ahead, say something.
I didn't hear an echo at all.
Yeah, for some reason it's bleeding back on your side.
Can you hear me?
All your other windows, you on the computer or? Okay, it went away. Yep, I don't hear it no more.
That's weird. I connected you to my studio setup. Okay. You can hear me?
I can hear you good now. No echo, no nothing. We clear. What up? Shout out to you and salute. I was excited to have you back on the show for a number of reasons, but I want you to introduce yourself once again to the audience so they could get used to you. And yeah, because I'm going to kidnap you. You're going to be on a lot more shows than you expected to. What's good, though?
Stop that.
Talk to me. So let the audience know about yourself and
I said, yeah, we're gonna have to see about that because I got some thoughts. Some thoughts a lot of people don't.
It's okay. And that's my point, right? Like we're supposed to have the thoughts. We're supposed to have differences of opinions when we're trying to come with a solution because that's really what it's about is the conversation. Like I said, what I loved about that conversation we had on Sunday, I don't know, y'all ain't know what happened in the back room. She was about to pop on somebody in the back room.
No,
but
I'm passionate about my shit.
She was passionate, you know what I'm saying? But we at the end of the day, even with that, it was still a good conversation. And we talked for like what? It was like 3 hours after?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I was tired as hell when we got up. Nah, it didn't. It really didn't feel like it, but it was definitely, time flies when you were having fun. That's how that goes. So, but go ahead and introduce yourself one more time. Let's get everybody acclimated with you.
Okay. Well, my name is Tay. Well, my name is Aaron, but I go by Tay Harmony. I've rebranded because I'm grown, and I'm Miss Harmony. Miss. So you're gonna put some respect on that name, and that's why I decided to make that change. But I'm a singer, songwriter, actress. I do pretty much anything that has to do with entertaining people. That's my passion. But ultimately, learning and teaching that's my zhuzh. That's where I feel my purpose is. I have a lot of respect for the history of music, the history of
I have respect for history. I love history. I don't think that anything present should go spoken on without addressing the past, because it all comes together, and that's my thing. That's me.
Okay, which is real, and I love that. I love it. Um, so to follow your pages, right? It's gonna be, if I'm correct, it's MISSS Harmony, right? The three S's. All right. So please do me a favor, y'all, and be sure to follow her on Instagram, on YouTube, on because we got to get your YouTube going. We gotta pick that YouTube up. So let's follow her on YouTube. We need to get her the subscribers, and you know, let's get this going on that end as well. So do me a favor, follow, like, and support everything she has going on. And like I said, she'll be over here. She'll be arguing with us, but she'll be over here. I love it though. So so let's talk about it. Today I wanted to get into a topic that we talked about. I see it's doing pretty good on Instagram when I reposted it. And for those of y'all that don't know, that don't remember, I'm going to play it real quick. What up, Sandy? I'm going to play it real quick so that way y'all know exactly what I'm talking about and not play the guesswork. So let me share my screen and we will get active in just a second. All right.
I'm gonna get lotion for my lips while you do that.
All right, y'all. So here we go. It was this clip we talked about. It was so dope. Hold up. I got it on mute, of course.
Y'all have to stop having sex with people that you have no intention.
Hold up.
Wait, hold up.
Leave the whole
Wait, we got to leave the whole alone? Like, but how long? Forever?
That's their favorite.
Okay. Say that women need to be entertained if y'all are enabling this. Hoes are not going to be hoes if there's no incentive to it. Who are we gonna be hoes for?
All right, we're gonna play that again because I messed it up. Of course I did.
Y'all have to stop having sex with whores. Y'all have to stop having sex with people that you have no intention.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. Now, just wait a minute.
Leave the whole.
Wait. We got to leave the whole alone. Like, but how long? Forever?
That's their favorite.
Okay. Say that women need to be entertained if y'all are enabling this. Hoes are not going to be hoes if there's no incentive to it. Who are we gonna be hoes for?
All right, let's talk about it. All right. So give me your standpoint on men needs. Could you hear me? Is it me? Could you hear me? Audience, give me a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. I know she said she couldn't hear me real quick, but give me a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, and let's get active. So could you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. And my wife is in the building.
Hey.
My wife, Dion MUA, is in the building. What's up, hon? And we have class. Yo, I need some of that coquito, right? That's what they call it. We gonna come get a bottle. I'm gonna probably come get that bottle from you today. But
and I want some too.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, she makes some her coquitos is crazy, yo.
I need that.
It's crazy. It's real good. So yeah, we're gonna support that, sponsor that. So so give me your standpoint on exactly how you what did you mean by the men need to stop sleeping with the 304's?
That's so interesting because there's layers to it, but ultimately the biggest thing is men are the leaders. That's it. There's no other culture in the world at this point that has any question about that this is even a conversation for. Men are the leaders. Y'all are showing an example. Y'all are setting an example. The example's not very good. You've communicated on a massive scale, on a global scale. Black men have communicated specifically what they are looking for when it comes to women. Y'all like girls who like girls. Y'all like girls who deep throat. Y'all like girls who are freaks. You like squirters. You like creamers. There's so many different things that men have that they've stated that they want, that they're looking for in women. None of them really have to do with morality. None of them have to do with nurturing. None of them have to do with, who are you as a person? How do you serve God? What's your relationship with God? The thing is, women are going to continue, or Black people are going to continue to be in the same circle if we keep asking the questions and pointing the finger when there's no finger to point. Black man is the closest thing that we are going to get to God, point blank, period. Y'all have to show us. The only way you're going to show us and show anybody is through action. If your action is cheating on your people, cheating on your spouse, having sex and listening to music, encouraging your friends to be on hoes and go run around chasing tail, encouraging young people to do that, that's exactly what you're going to get.
Okay. That's fair, and I definitely 1000% agree with you when you say Black men are the leaders. Let me ask you a question, and this is where why I was like, it's never going to stop on that clip. The reason why I said that is because I think, well, I don't even think, if we got to go back to history, right, and we look to how all men are, because in reality, men are men, right? I mean, yes, we could say we're the closest things to God. We could put ourselves on the highest of highs, but men have always been men. When we were at our greatest was when we was married, right? When we were together back prior to 1940, when Black men and women were married at almost an 80% clip, higher than our white counterparts per capita, per how many of us were in the United States. So if we were married at that rate and we were doing pretty good, and all you'll hear now is the women talking about, but yo, granddaddy had a family over there. Men have always been men, right? It's men have always in every race have always been men. When things started changing in society was through sexual liberation. When women started changing, and this is just to kind of get to the core of what I believe the problem is, right? When the sexual liberation hit and women became more free with their bodies, when you were able to abort children at any rate you wanted to, when that changed, and it wasn't just Black women, I'm talking about women in general, right? Because we all know that that feminist movement came from a different agenda that had nothing to do with our women. And when it hit our women, when it hit our community, that's when you started seeing a shift in men, not just Black men, all men, because it became cheap and easy for us to lay with women. Prostitution, right, has been the oldest profession in society. Like there's nothing else. Building buildings and all that stuff is fairly new. Building huts and all that was old. But even before that, when men and women found out that sex was a thing, it's been a thing. But there's always in every religion and culture have been guidelines for it, right? So if we want to dig deep, I think we should go back to our culture and who we are as a people. That's when it stops. What do you think?
I think you're blaming women for the lack of discipline that men have on a global scale. It's still your responsibility. Men are the closest thing that we're ever going to get to God. We cannot be whores if we're not selling pussy to somebody. The somebody are men. Stop buying pussy. Stop having sex with women that you're not marrying. Point blank, period. That's really a full stop. It doesn't really get much deeper than that. We can keep going into history, but all we're going to do at that point is talk about history. It stops when you stop it. Like it stops when you stop it. If every man individually can get on the same thing, then collectively, that's where we'll be. But until then, I don't really see how that even falls on anybody outside of the leader. It's y'all that's doing it. Y'all have told us that this is what you want. We're only doing what y'all have showed us. And let's say we go back to history, right? Because you mentioned marriage. I immediately went back to the beginning, to Adam and Eve, to what man was sent here to do, to serve God. Anything outside of that, we're just here to help y'all do that. Anything outside of that is you're doing too much, really. You're just serving yourself. You're serving your flesh. That's the whole shebang bizzle.
So, okay, and I could dig that. So you might be different, right? But let me ask you, if you look at the vast majority of women, what do they say that they want? Or what? A God-fearing man, right? Right. So a leader, you would factor that a leader is supposed to be a God-fearing man. If I told you today, not you specifically, but let's just say a random woman outside, don't wear that. Take that off. It's too provocative. Would she listen to me? Do you think the average woman today would listen to a man that tells her, don't wear that?
I think that there's a point, because again, when we're talking about the majority of men that are making it their business to express what they want in women, if it doesn't match that, and you're coming across a woman that you are just trying to teach and train, you're going to have to teach her the history for her to understand why it's important for her to not do that. You can't just sit here and dictate, don't wear that because you look like a hoe. Everybody else?
Okay.
Why?
I don't think men. I don't think men really tell women don't wear that because you look like a hoe. And I think women know when
But
they are wearing things that's provocative.
That's why they don't
So,
wear it.
because no, we don't want you to wear it because it's going to be subjective to other men, right? We know that it could be dangerous for you as well when you go outside looking a certain way. We know that if you go to the store and everything is out, the likelihood some dude is going to come and try to grab you, touch you, say things to you, and if you don't even give him the attention, yo, F you, bitch, right? Likelihood is you're going to probably get that from somebody outside. So in order to protect you from those type of dangers, you get under a man's covering. You're supposed to change. The problem is that now the leadership looks different because women of mass refuse to listen to men. So I agree with you. Men are leaders. I agree with you that you're supposed to listen to me, even if I'm not your husband. Just being a man, you're supposed to listen to me.
Tradition.
The problem is that a lot of women don't. So how can you be a leader if women choose to relinquish their liberation?
What's the incentive at this point? And that's, again, this is why I say the change that has to happen has to be a radical change in men. We are going to follow you regardless. If there's anything that history has showed you, we're going to follow whatever example y'all set. Point blank, period. From women's suffrage to sexual liberation. Why can y'all have all the sex you want? We can only have sex with one man and his thing, he's like this and you like all kind of different. But we're going to follow y'all example. Point the fuck blank, period. Y'all have to be the ones to make the change, though. It's really that simple. Like, I hear what you're saying, but in history, it's still going to be the same thing. And even to your point, right? How do you think that makes me feel knowing that you're telling me that you as a man don't want me as a woman to walk around comfortably how I want to walk around, how I think that I look good, how other people have confirmed that I look good, for the sole reason that another man is going to violate me? Again, it comes back to men. We're not talking about, oh, go out there so you can, because another woman is going to be jealous and she's going to do. No, it's, you can't wear that because another man is going to try to rape you. Another man is going to try to disrespect you. Another
Don't use the R word. The R word.
What's the incentive of following any leadership of any man when y'all are not correcting them? Y'all are trying to correct us before correcting the leaders.
So
Make that make
you
sense.
say, so I'll make it make sense to you right now. And this is it's not even gonna wow you because it's so plain and simple. We do know that there's crazy people in this world. Do you believe that there's crazy men and women walking this planet?
I think
People
that
that
every woman is because of what a man is.
No, I'm not talking about women, right? I'm talking about crazy people, men and women. When I say crazy, they weren't raised right. There's things about them that might be a little off. There's chemical imbalances. There's all types of stuff. There's dangers in this world, right? We all know that men are innately dangerous, right? It's been like that from wars, from towns being pillaged by Vikings and different warriors and raping. I'm using the R word. I'm sorry, YouTube. Raping women, doing the worst of the worst, right? It's been like that way throughout history. And it's always been your men or the men in your village to protect the women and the children
from other men.
That's how it's always. But it is what it is. You saying to correct that is like saying, yo, go pick out a needle out of a haystack. We can't do that. What we can do is protect the people that we're supposed to protect, which is the women that are supposed to follow us, regardless of how you say.
What's the complaint? Sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to.
No. You said, what's the complaint? It's not a complaint. The problem is the thing is we're looking for some form of a solution. It's not a complaint, right? If you want someone to protect you, you have to listen to him, because there's dangers in this world. No matter what you telling me Jeffrey Dahmer shouldn't have been Jeffrey Dahmer? He was Jeffrey Dahmer. You couldn't help that, right? It would be my job to protect my children from being around a Jeffrey Dahmer, right? Because there's evils in this world, from Adam and Eve, if we want to go back that far, right?
Or-
It exists.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a little naive because I'm not seeing how women can even help at this point. Like, we're really just going along with the flow, and that's what y'all not understanding. It's all y'all. It's always been all y'all. It's always been. God put Adam and Eve. Let's go back to Adam and Eve again, which is really just a parable symbolic of the atoms in the body and the Eve, the sun setting. But anyway, if there are two people, right? God made Eve from the rib of Adam. We are literally a part of you. Period. A lot of men seem to use the story of Adam and Eve biting the apple. My question is, where was Adam? Did he not give her an assignment?
I can't answer that question. I don't know where Adam was at that moment, but I do know that there's evils in this world that we can't run away from. All we could do is protect ourselves and our children from. Like I said, are all men evil? First, you have to answer that question. Are all men evil? And I think you and I could both say no. Innately. No. So then now it's your job as a lady, as a woman that wants to be protected, to get under one man's leadership. Right. No. So that's what, well, if you believe in the sanctity of marriage and all of that good stuff, and you believe like we're supposed to lead you, even if you got under 10 men, whatever it is, right? You get under the guides of the protection of the men in your community, right? That's where it's up to you. Meaning that we now know that the big bad wolf is out there. He might come and get you. I am supposed to protect you. I want to ask you a question, Ms. Harmony. If you were in the house, I don't know if you have children. Do you have children?
No.
If you had a child, right? And your husband and you and your child was in the house late night, someone broke in that house, what would you do?
Whatever I needed to.
What would you do knowing you had a husband next to you, right? What would be your first thing?
See, I don't see this. I don't think I'm gonna have a general or generic response because I was raised differently. I am the leader in my family. Like, I'm the one that's going to get up and handle things. Period. I'm putting my life on the line, point blank, period. If I can, then I will. If I feel like I can, I absolutely will. But if I feel overcome by fear or whatever the case is, yeah, you're going to have to get your ass up. But if something overcomes me and I had the strap and I just know what to do with it, and I heard it, he sleep, I'm on your ass. I'm not gonna wake you up out your sleep so you get up all blurry eyed. And I like niggas with glasses too. You can't even see the eye, babe. I'ma shoot him. I'ma get him. You know, so yeah. It's a little different. If I can,
I would say you think like a lot of women today, yeah. And that's for men that want to be leaders. That's a problem. You see,
we don't trust y'all. That's what y'all not. We don't trust you anymore. We've stopped trusting you. Our grandmothers didn't even trust you. We just didn't have a choice. We take it back to the grandparents and the marriage and that wasn't the problem that he had a family on the other side. The problem is, nigga, you lied. You told me I was the only thing that you wanted. You put ideas in my head that you weren't able to live up to. You put a fantasy in my head that you freaking destroyed at the drop of a dime because it was convenient for you. That's where we're coming from with it. We're seeing that there's no incentive to being led by y'all because y'all are going to do whatever serves you and not what serves God. That's where we're at with it. We don't trust y'all leadership. We don't, as a mass, as a whole, we don't trust men. If y'all are not going to make a radical change, nothing is going to change. We're going to keep following y'all example because we see y'all having fun. We see y'all living y'all best life. We see y'all coming home, y'all getting drunk, y'all going to parties, y'all doing this, y'all fucking whoever. Yeah, what? That seemed like the life to me. You get off work, you go to the bar, you hang out with your friends. Fuck what the kids is doing. Let the kids raise themselves. If you don't know by now, women are following y'all example. You're coming across more deadbeat mothers because fuck that. You decided to have sex with me the same way I decided to have sex with you. You don't have the option of carrying or terminating life. I do. If I'm under the impression that you don't want to spend your life with me, which is exactly what's going to happen if I have this child, I'm not having it. Why?
Okay.
What's the incentive to struggling? For the sake
Okay.
of a man? No.
So by your logic and everything you just said, then men can't lead you.
You're terrible.
You get what I'm saying? He said this.
That men can't lead you.
Men can't lead you.
At this point, it seems difficult because there's ego now. We're not focused on God. Everybody needs to focus on God.
Yeah,
Like,
you see, here's the problem. So here's the problem, right? Here's the problem, right? What you're saying. So I'm gonna get this off to you real quick. What's poppin', Highway? How you feeling, my guy? He's in the building. So here's the problem with what you're saying right now, right? You're basically saying that men needed to be leaders. That's how we kind of started the conversation. And then you turned around and said right after that you don't trust our leadership. So, okay, if you want to date back to your grandmothers, the problem is that you need to be with a man, obviously, that you could trust his leadership. I could tell you this, my wife's experience is not your experience, right? So she trusts my leadership. So when I tell my wife we need to get up and move, we're getting up and move. If I tell my wife there's a thief in the night, she's going to sit back and say, husband, go handle that, because it's my job to protect her and my son. And had I lost my life in that so-called quote unquote battle, she needs to probably lose her life or protect or kill for our son. And that's the natural order of things. But if you constantly find men that are not leaders, and it's not saying, you got to think, we could keep going back and back and back to history. When things changed, right? And when you took the father out the household, regardless of whatever was happening, when the father's not in the household, you now have a product of what you call the men today that women don't trust. They don't trust the men's leadership today because the men never were taught how to be leaders by real men. The only people that teach them how to be leaders are women and TV. So I learned how to be a leader off the guy off the street, right? So homeboy that's selling, dope on the corner, that I'm gonna tell you, I'm born and raised in Far Rockaway. I was introduced to that very early, where I was probably 10 years old, and a guy, he was in his 40s, came up to me and was like, yo, you look like you know all the kids around here. He was like, yo, I got something if you try to make some money, I can help you make some money. But thank God I had sense enough to know better than to follow that lifestyle, right? But imagine how many men follow that lifestyle because they had no father in the house. And that's where the problem is. It's not that there's no male leadership. There's one, women don't trust the men that they're choosing, right? If you lay with these men, you chose the man, because there are good men out there. There are good women. Cut it out. Women find good men.
I agree. I have a good man. I told you I have a good man.
Right.
I
So
take to that, and I'm not speaking for me when I'm speaking for that. I'm speaking for the women that I speak to that are whores, and I get it. I get it to an extent. I haven't had my whole phase yet. I was working on it, but I love men. Anyway, but no, I was going to ask, like, how did you get to the point where you are a sufficient leader? Because, like you said, the example that you had was drug dealers and the parent, the father not being in the household. But again, how did you, as a leader, because you are a leader, and I see your leadership, and I see that your leadership is more than sufficient. You've done a lot with your leadership that I think is really important to our culture that needs to be shared. How did you get to this point, though? Were you born like this, raised like this, or trained this way?
So technically, I was raised. I mean, I had a father, but you know, I'm gonna get. I don't mind putting a little bit of my personal business out there. I had a father, but even in having a father, he wasn't there because him and my mom got a divorce, right? So of course the streets was around me, but I always did have other men around me as well. I had uncles, right? So, and even with uncles, it wasn't enough. I needed my father. I needed that man. Well, at the age of 13, my father came back into my life, and that changed my whole perspective,
Mm.
right? So it was men. I primarily, yeah, I had a lot of women around me because my mom, my aunts, and everybody like that. But in reality, it was the men who made me think the way I think today. And you need that. Without men, you don't have a community. You have a bunch of men that's emotional. This is why somebody could go step on a dude's shoes outside in a club and he ready to take his whole life. That's something like you'll see a woman ready to pop off on a guy for nothing.
Yeah.
So those type of men, those type of women are raising the men today. And then you have a lot of women that's saying, I don't trust your leadership. Well, I wouldn't trust his leadership as well because he's not a leader. You know what I'm saying? But there are the other men out there that are leaders. I'm not the only one.
The problem is,
Right?
though, we don't know the difference sometimes. We get told things and we feel it and we believe it. And it's like, yo, I have faith in you. Like, you're telling me that you can do this for me and you want to marry me and you want to have kids with me and you're going to do this. But then Hennessy's in the equation. Now, Hennessy's I overslept. Well, now certain things that you said you was working on aren't as important because there's Hennessy and there's Percocet and there's bitches and there's whores and there's men that are looking at you and it's too much. It gets to be too much. So I'm not saying that men can't lead women. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in this state, while being a fuckboy is popular, we're not going to see it on the grand scheme the way that we see Future, the way that we see Cardi B, the way that we see Nicki, because it's not popular. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that leadership doesn't exist and that it's not possible. I'm just saying that on the grand scheme of things, on the general consensus from what we can see on social media, on TV, on TikTok, I don't see that changing until men make that radical change and put themselves out there on the forefront vehemently. No, I don't like that. No, that's nasty. No, you're dirty. No, y'all see the twerk video? I see likes. I see ass in pictures. When y'all stop liking them pictures, I promise they're gonna stop posting them. I promise they're gonna stop posting them. But
Okay.
when we are dealing with men, it's not to say that, oh, you're choosing. Why are you choosing? Why are you attracted to these people? How the fuck would I know? Like, we're trying to figure it out too. That's why we're asking these questions. But we are going to be led by men. Point blank, period. We're going to follow y'all examples. Y'all don't have to choose to be leaders. You are leaders. It's just, where are you leading me? You're going to lead women, point blank, period. But where are you leading me? So yes, women should do their due diligence, since now we have the ability to get education. It's not like it was the 40s and 20s and the 30s where we couldn't get our own education, where we couldn't read, write, and do arithmetic. We have the ability to do that. So if we're sitting here staying ignorant, that's kind of
That's
on
on
us.
that's on
Right.
y'all.
We can do the
And
research.
right.
Yeah.
And that's go ahead, I'm listening.
I was gonna say we know to an extent, but we have faith and we have trust that we probably shouldn't. But it's difficult when men, for whatever reason, God let y'all be less outwardly emotional. We're all equally emotional, I think, but for some reason, y'all can like power through mentally better than women can, in my experience. Whereas we are more focused on like, okay, this doesn't make me feel good. This makes me feel this way. Let me pivot. Y'all are more like, okay, I feel this way, but I gotta do this. You know what I mean? It's a little more easier for y'all to do that. So when it comes to
So
go ahead.
so I got a question. Where are y'all looking for the men to call husbands or baby daddies?
I'll be honest. I don't look for men, and like I'm not. I haven't.
Well,
Looked
from the women that you know. So not you, not necessarily you. Let's just talk generally.
from the
Do you
women
think the
that I've
women
known
are looking at the
last
most popular guys to give a baby to?
Yeah, so we're not, it's not that we're looking, it's they're around and y'all approach us in most times. We go out, we dress the way that we are aware from the songs that we hear. We go out and we put on the things that we see y'all gravitating to. If we see y'all turning your heads and breaking y'all necks at a lady with a fat ass and booty shorts on, what do you think we're gonna try to invest in? We're gonna try to wear booty shorts. That's how we're going to try to get the man. We're not gonna necessarily be like, oh, papi, you know what I'm saying? You need a wife. What's good? It's not necessarily going to be that. We're more along the lines of like, in my experience, the men are the ones that shoot the shot. They're the ones that sending the hard eyes. They're the ones that's liking the pictures. So we put it out there, but y'all the ones that's following up with it. What you doing and all of that other kind of stuff.
So okay. I guess I asked that, right? So I guess I'm asking that in a way of she said we're not looking for baby daddies. Yo, me and you gonna have a conversation tomorrow about this. So we go to be continued that one, Sandy, and you and I are gonna talk about this one tomorrow. But so so check it, right? Here's the problem. You seem like you have a very broad image of the men that's out there. Yes, of course, social media is going to fan a flame of attention-driven men, attention-driven women. That's social media. You know what my algorithm looks like now? My algorithm, personally, looks like DIYs, how to build a media company. It's way more educational stuff than I'm seeing men versus women. I might talk it, right? But I'm not seeing it because I'm not watching it, and I refuse to allow that to take a hold of me because I believe in marriage, right? So when I'm looking, that's what I'm looking at. I don't pay, so when the guys are saying all of these women are bad, I don't believe that either. I believe there's some good women out there that want to get under a man's leadership. Why? Because I have one. Not only do I have one, I also watch my wife and the women that she chooses to be around as well that are like that too. They have husbands, right? So I'm watching in real time people that want to have successful relationships and marriage. And I don't see the F boys. I don't see the 304's like that at no mass scale because that's not what I'm engulfed in. So I do believe if we change, and I say we as a people in general, change what we entertain, that will curve it.
And we have the power
Men
to
and women, yes, we do. And we also have the power to teach other people that's coming up to do it as well. Right? If we start telling each other the importance of marriage, then now you start thinking about two, not one. And the problem is once we became more selfish as a people, is when our community as a whole fell apart. That's our problem with us brown folk, is that we are way more selfish. We are way more into ourselves. I don't think not no group of men could change that, and I don't think a group of women can change that. I think individually we have to each one teach one is when we actually change as a community. You got to teach the youngs coming up. I got to teach the men coming up. We need to have these conversations.
period.
So the internet is not full of men versus women. It's men and women.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what my point of even having you on here today was about.
Yeah.
Right?
I think we can have this conversation because, like I said, it's not like we're in that necessarily. I'm not dealing with several. I don't deal with F boys. I've never been in a relationship with an F boy. Every ex that I have, I learn from them. We learn from each other. Granted, it didn't lead to marriage, but we can at least have that conversation and figure out why it didn't lead to marriage. And I have to eat my own shit sometimes because it's like, oh, damn it, I didn't listen. I didn't trust that. Sorry. I have to have that humility sometimes. That's me because I want to be a good person. If everyone individually wants to be good and wants to do the right thing and serve God, then collectively we'll be good. That's the
Right.
whole thing. Collectively
So
we'll be.
Yeah. And but then, on top of the collective part, and once we fix ourselves, we also have to bring that back out and reach out to the community, reach out to the young ones, reach out to the men and women that are confused. Like I got brothers around me that's they're looking for wives, like legit. Just the reason why I created Me to Marry. It wasn't because a bunch of women came to me asking me could they be married. It was because men came to me asking me how could I find a wife. Hold up, I'm gonna try to get you one. I can't guarantee you nothing, but hey, let me monetize this while I try to get you a wife. All right, let's do it. And that's how
And
it started.
it's like,
Right?
and even in today's society, I'm gonna be honest, like there's like no incentive to getting married aside from serving God. And that's why I keep bringing it back to that. We're never going to be perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect. We're going to fall short. We're going to sin. We're going to do this. We're going to fall victim to X, Y, and Z. But if you're doing your best, what more can anybody ask for?
Right.
What more could
And,
anybody ask?
and I wouldn't even necessarily. I, I hear what you just said about the incentive of being God, right? But I wouldn't even necessarily say that, right? The incentive should be for family, community, right? Because not all of us believe in God. Even though the Black community, yeah, we have a very high percentage. I think the last time I looked, the stats was like roughly 80% of people, Black people, were considered Christians, right? Which is more than half, which is good. But the incentive should be something. See, marriage is bigger than us. And it doesn't even mean being married through the state. It literally means the bond between man, woman, and child.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's important. So when we start to look at it like, okay, what did marriage, understanding what did marriage bring prior to the 1940s? It built Black Wall Street. It built strong communities where Black people were together. Because when you give men a reason to live, meaning that you give me a wife, you give me kids, you see how most men that choose marriage, not just baby mamas, they will die for their families. They will build for their families. Those are the guys that you see going out there standing on top of skyscrapers, putting beams together, because those guys believe in something bigger than them. They're risking their lives at work essentially to bring home a little bit of money to take care of their family. That's major. Like, men suffer from the highest workplace deaths, between men and women. Men suffer at a higher rate because we do riskier jobs. We put ourselves to do things. And most of those men that die statistically are husbands because they do the riskier work to get paid more money in order to provide for their family. This is why I say family should be the number one thing, because it creates community. When you have a bunch of single people, baby mamas, and baby daddies, and all you're going to have is chaos, which is what we have right now. Women not trusting men's leadership.
True indeed. True indeed.
So the encouragement would be, like, young lady, my wife, or anything, don't wear that. You as a woman should say, okay, because I know you're not telling it to me because you're insecure. You're telling it to me because there's evils in this world that might come after me because you're trying to protect me. That's where it comes from a real man. Not saying the guy that's like, yo, I don't want Tyrone looking at you. Yeah, men's gonna look at your wife no matter what. Men gonna look. But it's the protection part of it is what you should be looking for in the men that you vet. Like you say, you got a good man. So I know when he looks at you, he'll probably die for you. So he's looking at a part of you like, if I got to die for you, it better be for a good reason. I'm not going to die for you because you choosing to do whatever you want to do.
And I hear that from men too, and a couple exes as well. It's like I said, individually, and when you become actual, like realized within yourself, then you're able to really each one teach one. But I was raised by my father, so I never was the type to go out and dress provocatively because I understood that initially, like it wasn't even like a conversation. The stuff wasn't being purchased. That opportunity I didn't even have. So growing up now, and I see, I can kind of see where certain things weren't emphasized in the household. And when I said, what's the incentive to it? I wasn't saying that there is no incentive, I'm just saying that it's not necessarily known what the incentive is initially without having these conversations if that's not what you were brought up in. I was raised in a two-parent household for most of my life until my stepmother passed away when I was 14. So that's what I'm familiar with. However, I can look at the rest of my family that's not married, that got a bunch of baby daddy, and I can see where this went with love, though, with empathy, with the understanding that nobody's going to be perfect and we all just have to do our best. But in that same breath, accountability as a woman, that's going to take you a long way. That's what's going to get you a ring. That's what's going to make that man die for you. Accountability. Yeah, I effed up. I'm sorry.
Right.
How can I do better?
Right.
We both have to be
Right.
accountable for it because we're not going to be perfect. I'm going to do something eventually that pisses you clean the hell off.
Right.
I have to be accountable for that. I expect you to be accountable. I would hope that you could be accountable for that as well if you're my partner. So, I hear what people are saying, and I definitely, I have hope. I hope for the best because I love men. And I trust the leadership of the men that I am in the circles with. But the conversation that I have with women is be secure enough in yourself that whatever that man does is not going to impact how you move forward in love. Because we can't keep holding, oh, he did this to me, so F these ends and blah, blah, blah. Like, so I get it. Like, so when I say that the men are leaders and y'all have to lead by example, I really do mean that. But that's just on the, on y'all end. That's just on me not being able to control. I can't change men. I can't make y'all stop having sex with whores. But I can talk to the whores and say, listen, we need to stop, like, we need to kind of like chill a little bit. This is not going to lead us to where we think. They're not going to have sex with us and then fall in love and get married and live happily ever after. They're going to have sex with us and leave us. Like, we need to really have those. These are the conversations that I have with women. So, but
okay.
So
we have a question by Sandy. Sandy says, do you feel as if a man should court a female and a female should be submissive to a man who is not her husband or husband, her new wife? Okay. I know what you mean. So as far as submission, I feel like women in general should be submissive to the right men in their community. So long as a man is telling you something that's positive and that's going to lead you in the right direction, yeah, you should be submissive to men. So if you're dating a man and you realize that this man is not leading you in the right direction, meaning that, yeah, he doesn't care how you dress. He don't care how you look. He looks at you as a trophy wife, not as a symbol of what queen or whatever should look like from a husband, right? If he's looking at you in that instance of, you're just somebody I'm with, no, you should not only not submit to him, you shouldn't even be with him. But when you find a man that he has a purpose, he's moving with a purpose, you see, and that's where I believe Miss Harmony was saying earlier, where a lot of women don't know what to look for in a man. But when you find the right, we could get into that topic as well, but when you find the right things to look for in a man, from the moment you start to get directive from that man, you should listen. And the same goes for a man to make sure he's covering you in every aspect, right? That because essentially, when he becomes your husband, he's responsible for you. So yeah, it should fall into, I'm going to submit to a man that I see leadership in. But no, you don't submit to a man telling you to do whatever you want to do and just come hit him up every once in a while and y'all having sex. And that's the game that a lot of women play in relationships. Y'all find, unfortunately, I'm not saying you, Sandy, but a lot of women find these type of men, they play these games with them, and then they get mad at men and say, oh, men ain't doing this and men ain't shit, men ain't No, it's the men that you are choosing to be around.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason for a woman to ever raise her voice at a man no matter what. They say women shouldn't be arguing with men. Men shouldn't be arguing with women. But yeah, it's also you knew that was a man before you started arguing with him as well. And if you was a submissive person, it'll be something that's naturally in you. So yeah, submit to the men, the positive, strong men in your circle, all of them.
I agree. Yeah.
All of them. So
and it's just
I
it's
have
what you show too, not just what
Mhm.
they say. Oh my God, do they know what to say? Like, because of social media, ChatGPT, they talk women straight up out them drawers nowadays, like, and then ghost. So it's not just what they're saying. You have to be patient enough and secure enough in yourself to let them show you.
right.
Let them show
Right.
you.
I agree. You got to let him show you. But the moment he shows you anything opposite of that, don't try to change him. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, right? Like, well, I truly believe that women are so valuable when you could bring a child into this world because you are bringing forth the future. So you should not be wasting those valuable years with bums. It just is what it is. So long as you say you want a child, if you don't want a child, fine, yo, sleep with whoever you want, do whatever you want, just do it responsibly, right? But I'm just saying, women are going to do it, men are going to do it. It is what it is. The key is for when you are saying that you want somebody to build something with, you have to be very protective of your womb, and it should start very early on. You know what I'm saying? It should have never been liberation with sex. Liberation, getting a job, being able to vote, all that fine. I'm with all that. But when it started to say, yo, you can give your body out to anybody you want and you should not be judged. People are still going to judge you. So women have still gotten judged. And on top of still being judged, they also are in a downfall of baby mamas, disease, all types of health issues. We've got nothing but worse as a society. Depression, feeling as if we need to keep up with the Joneses. That's all sexual liberation did for our women. And yeah, you had fun. So yeah, when you get older now, you can say I slept with like 90 dicks.
A lot of people forget, like, naturally, and I don't know if this can be helped, but a lot of women are loyal to how we feel. So, and I think that even when there's good men, how a woman feels seems to trump whatever is going on in a relationship. That's why I say, like, we can have these conversations back and forth. We can continue to address different levels of different issues, but ultimately it just boils down to individuals being sound enough and secure enough to work on themselves. It's going to be an everyday, every moment thing.
Right.
And to Sandy's point, when it comes to men, should men court or whatever the case is, or be submissive to a man who is not her husband? How is he supposed to know if you can be submissive if you're not submissive? You gonna wait until he marries you? Why would he do that?
It's not, submission is not a light
It's
switch.
like-
Don't turn it on and off. It's
it's
either
like-
you are
like-
that woman or you're not.
Really, like
That's it.
it's either I'm it for you or I'm not. Like, and there was a man that wanted to court me, and he talked all of that good stuff and like marriage and, oh, I want to have kids and I want to raise a family. I want 6 kids, and he's working this many jobs, and on paper he just looked like he's even doing the right things. But at the same time, there was things that I realized that, you know, as a leader, you should be doing. Like, why don't you open the door for me? Why don't you hold the door open for me? Why aren't you reaching for the check first? Like, small things like that, that when I got out of my feelings and was able to, like, add logic to it, like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. The goal is marriage. I don't know how secure I would be in a marriage with somebody that feels like I have to earn you opening my car door. How have I not earned that, but you want me sleeping in your bed every night? You want me cooking you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you can't open my door because you feel like I haven't earned that? And that's when that's when I had to take account of. I would be stupid if I stayed, if I continued to be in that relationship, knowing that this man is not doing what I want. So if I come across a man now that opens the door for me, now I'm looking at him like, oh, you're doing something for me that another man that I'm with isn't doing. Like, that's how that goes. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, we can talk about different levels of different aspects, but individually, you gotta do your best and hope that you can
Right.
come together with somebody else that wants to do their best
Their
and be the
best.
best together.
And to your point exactly right here. So right, the problem that I see is, did the man hold the door for you? No. Did he reach for the check? No. Did he do all of the things that you want a man to do? No. Not saying you in particular, just women do this in general, but they still be in that man's bed. And the fact that you're in his bed, you already gave up the best parts of yourself. So then now you're mad at the fact that he's not the man that you want him to be. He doesn't have to, because your value was to men, right, was already given to him. So he could already said, I had a piece of you. You know what I'm saying? I already did it already. So hold on. I keep seeing this meet to marry. It's not meet to marry. It's meet, MEET. All right.
With
So
the eggplant emoji is crazy because you did that on purpose. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's insane.
So meet to marry's dropping at the end of the month. So stay on the lookout for it. We are in the middle of editing now. But with that being said, right, stay out of these, like the discipline. And this is why when we go back to like men have always slept with the women that would allow them to. Men sleep with who we can. Women sleep with who they want to. Right.
Yeah.
And it's because there's surveys. 10% of men are virgins between the ages of 25 to 35. 10% of American men. Now, when we start looking at men that have had sex at least once in their lifetime, but haven't had sex after that, we're looking at roughly 30% of men. So it's insane. Men are not out here whoring around because we only can sleep with the women that want us to. So it's the top men that are whoring around. The men that most women want. This is why we tend to see the numbers. There's another stat that's out there, and more women have children, and this is our community. More Black women have children by themselves, meaning that they have more children than the Black men, meaning that a lot of women are sleeping with the same man. So when we start to look at it like that, the statistics show you alone that there's men out there, and yeah, he might be corny. Could he do something to freshen up himself a little better? Yeah. I guarantee you, all of y'all, every woman watching this broadcast now and in the future, have men in your DMs, men that claim to be in your friend, that you put him in the friend zone, all of that good stuff, that you know he'll be a good man to you. That man would drink your bathwater, but the problem is he's corny. Yeah. So you don't want him. So to say there's no good men, there's a lot of good men. He's just not it. He's not him. So because he's not him and you want him, well, him gets wanted by 10 other women in this town, probably more than that. And now with the internet, he got more options because he could just send women DMs in another state. Now he got women flying in to see him.
So
that's where the problem lies.
It depends, because it's like, you give grace to get grace. Because for me, it's like, if I know I want to be married and I want to be married to one man, I already know off rip there's gonna be millions of men that are not for me. So I have to individually recognize that and override how I feel, because I'm a woman and I unfortunately don't have that much control over how I feel. I have control over how I respond to how I feel, but a lot of us, like I said, are loyal to how we feel and really don't know how to respond or react to how we feel when it's a man. Like when it's a man that's making us feel those butterflies and showing us nothing to prove that this is going to be worth our while, but we feel good while we're with him. He makes me feel good while I'm with him, and I feel like crap when I'm not with him. So that means that I need to be with him to feel good. Like it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle that will not be broken. So
I can't claim that. No, I don't understand women. I'm not even gonna act like I understand women. I don't know where y'all be. I don't know how y'all heads be thinking. I do talk to a lot of women, so I I have empathy for women. I would say that. So when it comes down to giving women grace, I do believe that men should give women grace. When it comes down to how they select men, because it is based more off of how they feel, other than logic, right? Right. If when a man's ready to pick a wife, he could have whored around his whole life. He could have whored around until he was 35, 40. The moment he's ready to settle down, all logic fits in a box for that man. He's now thinking about making more money. He's now thinking about what he needs to buy, setting up a home, creating a space for a wife to come into. And then it's all about that wife. There's nothing else. But all of those other women were just bodies to him. They didn't matter. All that matters now is that one woman that he's looking at. Women are a lot different. So I don't want to act like I understand the complexity of women, but this is why I think women need to talk to women.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen.
Especially women that are in healthy relationships need to talk to women if the outcome that they want is relationships. And you could ask a woman now in her 20s, like she's 21, do you want to be a wife? Right now, the average woman is going to say no. She's going to want to wait until she's 35.
Because
right?
They figure what's the incentive? They don't see the incentive.
Right. But if a woman like you or women in the chat got to that young woman and say, hey, listen, don't waste your 20s because all you're going to do is just kind of put yourself along this carousel of men that ain't going to get you nowhere. And then you're going to have a distasteful taste for men by the time you hit 30. Then change your perspective now of men by vetting out and only giving yourself to a good man. Right? He might not be the 6'6", 6 figures, all that, but he has a drive. He has a dream. He's also moving towards it. I think when we talk potential, we talk potential the other day. But it's easy to spot. If you look at this show that I'm building, right? Do I have it on a primetime network? No. But I think most people that watch the show, see the trajectory of the show, see everything that's happening with it, could say that the show has potential, right? So that's in the return making a lot of people say, well, how could I be a part of your show? Because I know it's going to blow. That's what potential is. It's somebody that's moving towards something different and not staying in the same place. And you can physically see that. Right? Not, like I said, not that guy that wants to be 50-year-old rapper. He's done. He's washed. The other guy is essential. So that's why I say that. But I don't want to hold you for super long, but I have this other thing that I want to review with you. Is it okay? You got a couple minutes for me?
Sure.
This is going to be fun. So I want to review this with you, and I know we're going to have fun doing it. So audience, grab your popcorn if y'all got popcorn or whatever you got, man. If you know what I'm saying, some fat-free, cookies. And we got a show for y'all. All right, y'all. Let me share my screen real quick. There we go. Here we go. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Okay. So this conversation was interesting. It was very interesting. They were talking, having a normal conversation, and I only saw the clips, so I didn't see the whole thing, but somebody hit me up and was like, yo, can you review it? So I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it with Miss Harmony because I wanted to get this over with you, but I like the little clip that I saw of it, so I want to get into it. All right, let's go.
Right. So that's not the problem, but I just think that the way the country was built and what it stood on was the nuclear family, and maybe that dynamic could change. But what I'm telling people that is going to be ugly because women don't appreciate what it is that men do.
So
right?
you spit out a lot of facts and you're saying a lot of things about the connection between men and women. Do you realize that men benefit more in a marriage than women does, health-wise and everything? Like men benefit more than women.
Health-wise?
Yeah.
Are you going by that?
Women? No, that is a fact.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
I've already
Give me my
debunked that.
phone.
You can get your phone, but it's if you really look at it, if you
That's
really
why I
dig
don't
into
do
it.
podcasts unless they have
No,
them
I'm
fact
telling
checkers
you,
right
I've
here.
already checked this fact. I've done it
It is
live on podcasts where I brought
no,
the
not
stats up.
from podcasts. No, I'm talking about I go to school. I do periodic reviews. I look at scholarly journals. I don't just look at other podcasts to see what other people are talking about. Men do not. Women don't benefit in marriages. Men benefit more. They live longer. Men live longer in relationships when they're
mutually
with
Who benefits from
beneficial.
divorce?
women die faster when they're with men.
It's mutually no.
Thank you.
That's not a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah,
That's
that
a
is a
lie.
fact.
That's a fake.
One
study.
second, because
I'm telling you.
One
Go ahead.
second.
Go ahead.
One
That's what.
I'll bring it.
That's why I don't like.
So do you believe that that stat that she said that men benefit out of marriage more than women? Or do you believe it's mutual?
I think it's in a healthy relationship, in a marriage. What you mean? Like, I don't know. I'm a woman that's it for me. Like I said, a black man is the closest thing you can get to God. Serving God should be the ultimate purpose. So if I'm serving my man, I'm serving God. To me, that's my fulfillment. That's my purpose right there. I'm having his children. I'm making the world a better place by multiplying his greatness. I don't really the benefit. Like we were put here to help him do that.
Right.
Like if you're not helping him, then maybe you're not doing a very good job if there's no incentive for you. But on social media, it looks like there is a reward for like a successful marriage has an image. It's vacations together. It's vacations. It's the Christmas tree with the grandiose and this and the big wedding ring and the big reception. And to social media, that's what a successful marriage is. They don't see the work though. They don't see y'all praying together. They don't see you on your knees praying to God to overcome something that you don't even have to go through together, but you're choosing to go through it together because that's your person. So for her, like, again, a lot of us have these conversations based off of what we're seeing on social media, and it's okay to acknowledge that. But when you're on social media, you have this platform and this is what you're choosing to share, that's when it becomes like problematic because he was saying something and she cut him clean off to say what she had to say. I don't even remember what he was saying, but it sounded like it was important. Why you not listening?
Let's see what else she got going on here.
Go on a podcast that don't have fact checkers here because that's what niggas do. They talk to each other and they don't listen to other people.
Fact. I heard them.
So
you already debunked it. So who told you there was a fake study?
It's not a fake study.
I've already looked into it.
There's propaganda studies.
It's not propaganda. That's what you say to save your ego.
So we gotta understand that there is science. There may have been a study after that, but that wasn't a fake study.
So this is the gender warfare we got over here. And she says she's a vet, right?
I am. I'm a motherfucking problem. I promise you, I'm ungovernable. It's over for you.
Wow.
That's exactly what a man of value wants. She's exactly what a man.
So he's being sarcastic now because she's saying like I'm ungovernable. But I'm guessing earlier in the podcast, it's like, yo, you basically say no one can talk to me. No one can control anything. No, like I'm just gonna argue with you no matter what.
That's crazy. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody like really say that like outwardly because I've already felt like that was a general consensus. Like women feel like what's the incentive to marriage? That's why I kept saying that because when we're looking at social media and when we're a part of that system, we're a part of that community. We are a part of that. We can act like turn a blind eye to it or whatever the case is, but we're still a part of that. We're all up in here. It's people like her that have the 50,000 followers that's sharing this ideal to other people, and other women are going to see it. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to feel something. And because we feel something, now we're going to think differently about it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Everybody with a platform can be a little dangerous. Like, she's wilding. And she's saying it with a smile. Like, this is the first time she smiled since. I'm ungovernable. Like,
and she proud of it too. Yeah. Let's see what else she talking about. Because from what I heard, it gets worse. Because my boy Skinny, he just put it in the chat. He said this clip was crazy. So, oh my God. Like, let's see what else goes on.
And if I wants an ungovernable woman, yeah, she's, oh my God. Like everyone's just going to be a line around the corner of men waiting for that. I want to say this though. You
How
said
much money do you earn?
So
I don't know what I'm
What
gonna
that got to do with
I'm
anything?
sorry.
Yeah.
I've been with lawyers. I've been
What
with
that got to
doctors.
do with anything? Well, how much money do you earn?
Why? What?
Yo, so now she's trying to discredit him. This is what I consider. See, I think a lot of people get it messed up when they talk about like masculine women and stuff like that. I believe women present masculine. I don't believe women are innately masculine, but they present that way. But when they say masculine, because if I'm having an argument with a man, I'm probably going to lead with what I do, my accolades, and yo, I'm better than you. You know, men have that D-swinging contest, right? Like, yo, listen, I'm better than you because I do more in life than you. I accomplish more than you. When women do it, to a lot of men, it's like so unattractive. But she's going to try to discredit him because she thinks she makes more money.
Okay.
I've been with white men.
You build.
Yes,
oh
I
my
did.
God, she reached
Oh
the
my
top of the
God.
mountain. She built white man.
There's a divestiture.
Oh my
I've
God.
divested. I've divested.
And you just talked about
I've
how
been with-
we're on the thumb of white supremacy.
Yep, and I'll
So
tell
what,
you
you
why.
want to control
how I
the thumb?
worked That
You want-
what you call
you
it.
want to control the
There
thumb?
wasn't. You want me to get into
Oh,
it?
she's
Why would
pointing
I-
too.
There was a point of time in my life where I felt like black men were failing so badly. I was very young, so I was 19, by the way, too. So I was a kid. But that I thought that black men were failing so immensely that I did, for a moment, see how white men marry easy. White men help their families easy. White men their wives benefit from their partnership easy. I did see that, and I was caught up in that that idea in regard to how white men might they do it better than niggas. Don't figure it out early enough, and they waste time, blah blah blah. So I went with the white man, but I realized, because I take accountability and everything, like all of these, this was a systematic way of thought, and I shouldn't have thought. I should have understood why black men are the way they are, and that all the systematic, the domino effects to put them in their situations like that. And the only reason why white men are the saviors for the moment is because society allows them to be. So once I deconstructed that, I went back to black men, and I'm here to stay.
Oh my God. What's your thoughts on that?
What?
She said, what? Oh man. So basically she's saying essentially that she saw black men as we were failing, we were at the bottom, and then she started, I guess, doing some research on black history and started realizing that the reason why black men were behind the bell curve is because we weren't afforded certain opportunities as our white counterparts. So then now that made her empathetic to black men, and now she's going back to black men, and she's here to stay.
I'm ungovernable.
Yeah, you can't talk to her. Yeah, your face, yo. You can't talk to her.
What?
Oh man, I'm sure black men are good with her staying over there by the white man. She can have a white man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't come over here sabotaging our black men with your little raggedy thought process. That don't make no sense. You're ungovernable. So what if you understand? What if you have that understanding? How does that not lead you to humble yourself? Like, I'm confused as far as how that and I'm ungovernable are cohesive. How does that work together?
How it
Stay away
meshes,
from my
right.
black man. Who is this? She's canceled. Cancel
I
her.
don't know her name. I got to find out her name. I don't know if they say it. Probably at the beginning of the clip.
There's more.
Oh yeah, there's more.
that quick?
I heard it gets crazy.
I'm gonna make a point because I don't even want to touch that. I think the internet's gonna touch that for us. But
Yeah.
I think you said that.
If this goes out,
You said that.
you might have to cut this part.
Yeah, you got to cut her part. Yeah. What she said was some bullshit. But you
What I
said.
said was some bullshit.
Let me explain.
Shanti, if you want the link, let me know. I'll bring you up. Let me know. If you want the link, I'll send it to you.
explain because you held the mic.
You're very sensitive.
You held the
You're
mic.
extremely
I've been taking my turn. I've been taking my turn.
Yeah, she's extremely sensitive. And I grew up around boys. Like I know sensitive boys.
Yeah.
I have all
so
boy
sensitive.
cousins.
So sensitive.
I
I'm
know.
gonna cry after this podcast is over.
I can look
Please
you in
get
the
me
eyes and see
Yes,
who
tears.
really
tears.
got it.
Oh my God. I won't be able to sleep at night thinking about, oh my God, if I could only be with a woman like her. Anyway, but the point I want to make, right, is this.
You think the internet gonna grind me up?
Oh yeah, they're gonna chew me up. They're gonna chew me up. You said that women don't benefit from marriage. You said
No.
men benefit from marriage. Was that correct? Okay. Who benefits from divorce?
Y'all,
We do?
the woman, if the man has money.
Okay.
The average nigga does not have money.
You
Nobody's gonna
do
get
realize
anything
that
from divorce.
7 out of the 10 richest women are beneficiary from.
So I spoke to him, the host, the other day on the phone, actually, when I was in DC, and I'm supposed to go on his show probably early next year. So hopefully y'all will be seeing me over there on his show. But let's keep going.
Marriage, right? Whether it was death or divorce.
There are women who become billionaires from divorce.
Why are you talking about billionaire concepts? You're an average nigga. What are you talking about?
I'm not an average dude.
You are.
I'm an average nigga.
So my guy wants to know, he says, ask your co-host what her opinion is of the girl in the pink. I'm asking for a reason. So what's your opinion of the girl in the pink?
I haven't formed an
I didn't
opinion.
really see. She said, I don't think she said, well, from what I could see, she didn't really say much. It looks like she's defending the other girl, though.
So I like that she's not speaking until she has everything. That's my opinion. I like that she hasn't said much yet, and she's kind of letting things play out because that other girl, she seems to be really passionate about it, which is okay, but it's giving me a headache. The other girl.
Oh man! All right, let's see what's going on.
I'm not average, the point I'm trying to make, and that's why she thinks I'm sensitive. I'm not even offended by
talking about custody, alimony is paid by how much percent?
But
it's like 93% men.
Alimony is for white
90.
men. Niggas don't pay alimony.
What?
We already know the new channel she watches.
Yeah,
we know the new
Don't pay
channel.
alimony.
But here's the thing.
Yes, we do.
Are you paying alimony right now?
What's the percentage of black men marriage in this country? And then tell me how much y'all pay alimony.
Hold on.
Tell me what the percentage.
This podcast is going to hold on. This podcast is going to be
because if I don't want anything to come out, it ain't going.
Well, because you're embarrassed.
Yeah, she's drunk. She's drunk.
I'm not embarrassed by what I'm saying. So you can use whatever I'm saying. You can put it out. Okay.
You're a very insecure person. You probably thought that I was going to be. You're not used to women like me.
I am not used to masculine women.
I'm not a masculine woman. I'm so soft. Exactly.
You date young men 6 years younger than me.
She says she's so soft.
Because she got a left crossed girl by. What?
Right.
What's going on here? Okay, so as far as the girl in the pink, now she's a little weird to me. She was definitely saying things, and it sounded like she was agreeing with the other girl, but it's like, why? What's going on?
So I think there's a sister code. A lot of women, even when it's logically makes sense, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do see a lot of women do that. They would be like, they're kind of looking at the other girl that's bugging out, like, girl, you tripping, but I still got to stand by you because you're my sister.
Yeah, okay, I can see that too, and hopefully behind closed doors they can have a real conversation about it, but. Like I said, on a public social media platform, I think that these types of conversations can be venomous because if you really have that energy about you and you really are teaching this and showing this as if it's something to aspire to, girl, you're wrong. You're wicked.
Right.
You're wicked.
Right.
And she still ain't let them talk. I still ain't hear what the men say.
No.
It's their platform.
I think it's it's the guy's platform that's on the other couch. I think the three of them are guests, but she wouldn't let nobody talk. I barely heard anyone complete a sentence. Yeah, no one. So let's keep going.
To be gangsters.
That's not what I said, right?
He's 5'5" and wanted to be a gangster.
That's not what I
If
said.
he's not a gangster, he better be white because white people they marry.
That's not what I said.
I'm
He's
just
so
paying
insecure. That is all projection.
I'm just projecting.
That's all projection.
But I want to make this.
That was more so a figure of speech.
This is the point I want to make, though. This is the point I want to make. We told her. She said women bend.
You're not married. You don't have any kids. You're a YouTuber. I'm a veteran.
What's up? What's your thoughts?
She's going to hell. That's my thoughts. Purgatory. She's giving me a headache in real life. Like I have to loosen my hair. Like the circulation in my brain is being affected right now.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
I'm a widow because I was married, right? I have a daughter that I put in one of the best schools in this country, right?
Mhm.
I'm not going to say how much I make money, but I make very good money. I'm a contributor to my community.
Not
And I
positive.
still
And all it. I don't want you.
But I don't want
Like,
women.
what the
And I don't want a woman. And I don't want a woman like you.
And women don't want that. Like,
I don't want a
he's
woman like
upset because women are becoming more like me, and he's not.
Doesn't
Like,
upset me.
Wow.
it's
Doesn't
not
upset me.
thing.
My dad always told me that a man is not going to argue with a woman.
Absolutely.
We're having a
not.
discussion.
Like,
We're not arguing.
my 6-year-old, the young girl that was 6-year-old, wasn't back and forth like.
See, and that's where Pink just annoyed me. You see, they're not. He's really just he wasn't even able to complete a thought. They're on a panel. Is he not supposed to talk?
Right.
So now that he's trying to say something, and the woman is being very combative to everything he's even like trying to say.
You're sensitive.
Now it's like, well, you shouldn't even be talking because a woman's talking. What?
You're sensitive. You're insecure. What?
He said that. I see her adjust her wig.
That
thing was
please
fine.
rewind now.
That thing was fine.
Yo,
let me see.
please rewind that.
We're having a discussion. We're not arguing.
My 6-year-old, the young girl that was 6-year-old, wasn't back and forth like this. I'll tell you that.
She didn't stay with him.
So,
he's
all right,
probably
so
further
let's
back.
get to that part of it. So I do understand that there is
I'll never forget you.
right there.
I know
You're the reason why I
I'm
don't
going to
date.
forget you. I'm going to.
She won't even let the host talk.
This is going to be a race out of my mind.
Has
Do
men
you
like,
see this? This is the reason why I don't
so
date.
are you saying that men like this?
Masculine men.
I earn more money than him. He's a YouTuber. He's my age. He's almost 40. And he's a YouTuber. Like,
No, she won't even let the host talk. That's if I was a host, I'd be like, yo, you gotta get up and go. You gotta get up and go. Because she's turning the show into something else.
Why is
turning
she even
into
invited
something-
it? Like, what? Who is this? What's the significance of her being? Where did you get these three people from?
Imagine, and she's trashing a guy that's next because he's a YouTuber, the guy that's next to her. But she's trashing a guy that's a YouTuber, but she's on YouTube talking to another YouTuber. And you're basically saying that people that do YouTube is what
Why
these guys are
defending
making bread.
people?
It's crazy, yo.
She's on some other stuff.
I'm trying to see how bad this thing actually gets.
Yeah, I kind of.
You don't know what I earn.
You're YouTube.
Have you seen my channel? And the
Doesn't-
millions of views that I got?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Can you fly me to Fiji? I can fly
Fly to
myself to
Fiji.
Fiji
I
tomorrow.
just came back to Africa from Africa.
Boy, bye.
And yes, we got Fiji money. What are you talking about? You don't know me. When
I know
that,
you.
when
I know
that,
you. I've seen you 1,000 times. Like, I know you.
So
so
you
she's seen
follow
my
him.
content before.
No.
You know what are you talking about?
Type.
What are you talking about?
All right. Next
All right,
question.
so
Can you
let-
move on?
yeah, so I
But
do
sir,
want-
hold on.
No,
hold
move
on
on,
here.
man.
Because here's the issue, right? Women like
Move
her
on.
over talk men, and it's fine. And we're gonna let the footage reveal that, right? We're gonna let the footage reveal that.
No,
But
you're
we've
not.
sat here
We're gonna talk
quiet.
about this, but
We sat quiet while she went on long rants.
go ahead.
And I
keep
tried
going.
to interject at time, but I was like,
I'm
you know what?
not that. I'm
That-
actually a softie.
Okay,
He's
you-
so
can you
soft.
just- can you stop
Like,
and talk to-
he's
Okay,
he's
just one
foaming
second.
at the
Just-
mouth over a softie.
just one
I'm
second.
not even a hard girl,
Okay.
and he can't take
I
me.
think you're hard. I think you're hard. I think you're very hard. I think you're very hard. But
All right.
I understand you. You know why I understand you?
No, you
Because I
don't, bro.
listen to you. And what I've heard from
You
what you
don't
said is that
understand me.
you like men that are
You don't understand.
like
me.
men-
We cut from such a different
Okay,
cloth,
just-
nigga. You
just
do
one-
not
just
understand
be
me.
quiet for 1 second, right? Just let me talk. 1 second.
I'm only quiet for people I respect. I
Okay.
respect men.
You don't
I will be quiet for you.
You're not even
If you
being
wanna
quiet
if
for the
you wanna
host.
if you wanna
So this is what I'll do.
diffuse the
Let's
situation.
give him 1 minute, and then if you need a rebuttal, it's on you.
Yes, is that
Got
okay?
you. No, I'm answering it as I talk to men I respect.
Okay. Anyway, so I understand women like you, right? There's a lot of propaganda telling women that you're exceeding men.
I'm talking about lived experience. He's talking about
No.
propaganda.
So just
That's what I'm saying.
I
He's
get
a
it,
young
I get
boy
it.
in his mind.
So
Like
listen,
I'm a grown woman
we're
with
gonna give
lived
him a minute.
experience.
What you gonna say?
She just said she was
She's
gonna.
ungoverned. Huh?
She just said she was gonna give him a minute. Immediately went back to talking over him. Something wrong with her.
She's ungoverned. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you said, no one can talk to her.
Something wrong
No
with
one
her.
can talk to her.
Experience in real life.
I'm
He
gonna give
keeps
you-
telling me propaganda.
I'm gonna give you a whole
telling
chance to
him
go
my
ahead.
real experiences. He's telling me that how I'm feeling and how I'm internalizing it is propaganda. He's a child.
I get it. So just give him a minute. We only gonna give him 1 minute, and then I'm gonna give you your time to rebuttal.
All right, I'm
and,
okay.
and we won't allow him to interrupt you either.
All right,
Okay.
got you.
Okay. So I understand women like you, right? You've been sold this reality that it's not true. And it's fine. It's fine. You sold the idea that only men benefit from marriage. But we tried to make the point to you earlier on that women actually, the only way they could get divorced, last time I checked, is if they were married. And most women, most of the wealthiest women in the world became wealthy through divorce. That is true. So I've never heard of a man become a billionaire through divorce, but we've heard of women that became billionaires through divorce.
White women become billionaires through divorce. What are you talking about? Like this is not our
Charles,
conversation.
you could just forget it. Go ahead.
This is not our
let her go.
conversation.
All right, so you can go ahead.
Like, what is he talking about? We're talking about relationships amongst us, right?
Okay.
Like he's putting in statistics and scenarios that he's not even a part of. Like, what are you pulling
That's
out
my fault. I
these-
brought that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't understand what you part of. We're talking.
I was going that
We're
direction. I
talking
think I was
about
smart.
real people. That's why I don't like talking to YouTubers. I'm a real person. I pay taxes. I'm an everyday average person. I'm a civilian and I'm a vet. Like I understand the military life and things like that. Like I want to have real conversations with real people
Got it.
about real concepts.
And YouTubers, we're from Mars. We're not real people.
So how about this? How about this?
I just don't respect
we do
anything you
do
have to say. I
understand.
feel like I've done so much more.
You don't know me. What do you keep telling me?
So
You keep telling me about me. You don't know me.
Hold on. Let's
It's what
get
you're- it's what
let's
you're
get past that part because
Like you're screaming it. Look at you.
I don't think that that's going to really go anywhere. But I do want to get somewhere with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're saying that there is something wrong between the relationship dynamics between men and women, how is it possible for us to bridge the gap?
We can't because if
No,
she
I
wants to lead, men won't follow.
I think can I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
We're gonna let her go. Then you got it right after.
I think for
we're
us,
gonna let her go first.
Oh, go
She
ahead.
don't even want her friend to
So I
talk.
think the problem with that is we have to be realistic about whether or not men are capable of leading, because we're not going to just go blindly follow after someone that we deem incapable. So it's a lot of these men that sit here like, follow me, follow me, follow me. A real leader does not have to tell you to follow them. You're going to see the way they lead and naturally fall in line. So the problem is a lot of these guys, they want to be like, oh, I'm a leader. And the reality of it is you're not. And you wonder why these women are not following you is because you're not a leader. You're not even showing none of these characteristics.
It's the delusion of the reality that men are.
I have women that follow me.
There's this delusion of a reality
and I
that
feel
men
like
are
that's
living
another
in
thing
that
that we
isn't
have to-
conducive with the real world anymore.
It's the difference between
Money
women and females. So I
rules
feel like
everything.
that's a difference.
Money rules everything. It's getting so cutthroat out here.
I'm glad you said that.
It's getting so cutthroat out here that money is over everything. Your mentality and money. If you're not on the same page in regard to how to overcome these obstacles that are amongst us during these unprecedented times, nobody has ever.
Imagine saying money rules everything, and then you're sitting here talking about how much money you made in an argument with a guy as if that stands weight.
She needs to be arrested.
Crazy.
I don't
Arrested
get it.
is wild.
It's not, because is there really people out here that think like that? Because I'm damn near on the verge of tears. Like I hope to God that this is like rage bait or something like this, and I really hope that this isn't coming from a genuine place, because if it is, then this is bad, and this is bad.
And the sad thing is that this happens all the time. That's why it is very hard to have these conversations if you don't come and talk in good faith. And that's the problem. You know, like I think, see, what I do is every time I have a show and I talk to people, I try my best to enter it in good faith, meaning that you could teach me something. I'm not going to ever talk to anyone and be like, oh, I couldn't learn anything from them because they were just so dumb. If you have that feeling going into the conversation.
Yeah, like you have your own platform then, girl. Go on Twitch and say all that you need to say and get it. But there's no point in you having a conversation with these men sitting right next to you. Even the woman. She didn't even let the woman speak. So, I only listen to people that I respect. So you don't respect her either. You don't respect the host either.
Right. No one. Her friend, the host, the guy next to her, nobody. The camera people, the audience.
She said it. She said that. She called it ungovernable. She's wilding.
Crazy. Well, we're almost done. Let's see
things like this in this country and throughout this year.
I agree that women feel like money is their god. Money is their god. They worship money. And this is the problem.
Because money gets you out of fuck niggas like this. You don't have to deal. You don't have to deal. You have the choice to live in your own truth, be in your own energy, and do the things that you want to do until you die without ever having to deal with the counterparts.
Right.
Like,
do you believe that the men of value, that these top nine...
What men of value? Nobody cares about those men. Men don't... It doesn't matter. Bad bitches don't put men...
You're not a bad bitch. You're not a bad bitch. Calm down. But do you believe the men that make more than...
You are a coward. You're a coward. I know gangsters. No, listen.
You said I know gangsters.
Because I told you this before. I know gangsters.
What does that mean?
And I'm looking you in your eye right now. You're not.
I'm not. Hold on. She said, "I know gangsters." You about to get him? You about to get him clipped? Like, yo, what's going?
Like, what is going on in the finger? And she didn't move next to. Who is she
like,
scolding?
yo, I'm gonna tell you. Listen,
you see why I said she need to go to prison?
Prison is wild. Yo, I guess so, because she talking about getting gangsters on them.
What are you talking?
She might not need
that
to be walking
easily.
in the street. Right. Real easy. Crazy.
Miss Military, I'm a vet. I'm scared. Somebody get her.
Wow. With the drink in her head.
Nigga, no. And you're not a gangster. You're also a coward.
Why are you
upset? You don't like women. Because I don't.
Women.
Because no,
I love black women.
You're so insecure.
I love dark-skinned black women.
You're inadequate.
I love dark-skinned black women. But I don't like masculine women.
I'm not masculine.
I like
I'm telling you the
black
truth.
Women.
You're a child.
You're
a child.
Okay.
You're a child.
You're allowed to say that.
You're a child.
The point I'm trying to make
You're
is,
a child.
There's the 9 men that make $9,000
You're a child
that want to date this.
I have
4. Who wants this in their household? Who wants to come home to this?
Whatever.
Who wants to come home to this?
Thank you.
All right, wait. Okay, time out.
Who wants to come home to this?
How about we get back? Let's get back on topic. I don't want to take.
And it's not just black. I think beautiful women. I think black women are objectively the most beautiful women on the planet.
He's a panderer. He knows what to say. He knows when he's doing a white tactic. He's doing a white boy tactic. Let me tell you something. How he's doing a white boy tactic. I'm about to get in my politics right now. Let me tell you how he's doing a white boy tactic, right? Because he's telling you he loves all the superficial things about black women, right? But he doesn't understand, like, when black women, what did Malcolm X say? The black woman is the most disrespected and unprotected woman in this country, right? And when we internalize that and we do that like that and whatever, a real nigga would have compassion.
Who wants to protect her? I'm sorry.
She's ungovernable. She's the vet.
No one can.
And the example, remember we talked earlier, when you get married and your husband is are you gonna get up and get the intruder that came into? She's the type that's really gonna. He could probably be the first one up and she'll knock his ass down. Go to sleep. I got this. She give that energy.
Right.
I'm a vet. I got this. Like, she give that energy for real. She wouldn't even let him protect her. I'm a vet.
Yo, this comment is hilarious. No,
you tell me. What is that?
Yo, Wall Street, you stupid.
Whoever hurt her, she needs to forgive them, because that you can't teach that. And then the other girl over it, she not even letting her talk. I don't even know what Pink was saying, but I know she was saying some BS.
She definitely just try. She look like she's just trying to have her homegirls back. That's all she's trying to do. Like, hold up, let her talk. Like she's talking too much. It's crazy.
Passion about how black women represent themselves in the tight game that they run, right? A fuck nigga from the Caribbeans will ostracize you. Will ostracize you and make you feel like, oh, you're angry, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not that. I'm probably telling you something. And before you air this out, you're gonna, because I didn't know that I was gonna be in the presence of someone like this, and that's what I told you before I got here. I don't like these fucking type of niggas. I told you that.
And I caused you to behave.
I'm going to Grenada. I'm moving. That's what
Grenada. It's called Grenada.
I'm gonna say Grenada because I don't fucking believe anything.
That's absolutely fine. But she believes that men of value want this. She believes men of value want this.
Nigga, look. First of all, you smell funny, right?
I smell funny?
Yes, you do. You smell funny, and the niggas that I fucking fuck with, you can never touch. Even the fucking white boys, you lame ass nigga. Are you fucking serious? Get the fuck out of here. What? Get the fuck out of here. See, I told you don't bring me around these nut ass niggas. I make too much money. I make $350,000 a year.
Represent yourself, nigga. So then represent yourself like a professional woman. Sit down and have a conversation.
But you keep antagonizing. Like, you gotta.
She called me a show. She's allowed to call me a child. She's allowed to call me a child. She called me a fuck nigga, a child.
All right, listen. Can
You're blocking the camera.
Yo, hold on. What's up?
What is going on? Go get your girl.
She should be getting her girl.
Go get your girl. She's what? Why she stand up? He didn't stand. If he stood up, then it's a. Why you gonna stand up? Put your finger in this man's face. What's good with her?
Because she knows she's protected. Like, imagine if he were to actually get up and put his hand in her face the same way. He would have been. Oh my God! They would have had to throw him out the studio.
The host
he probably would have had the cops called on him. The host would, the host would have jumped. Every man in that studio would have jumped him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So. But she knows she's protected. That's why she got up and is acting like that, because it's almost like, well, she's expected to act like that because she's in her feelings.
Why are these gangsters? Why?
Yo, it got crazy. It got crazy.
She's
wicked. I did not know she was going to get up on sun like that.
She's wicked.
And then she talking about West Indians. What West Indians got to do with this?
Moving to Grenada.
Grenada.
She's to jail. Grenada. That's where she's going, to prison. That's what she needs to
crazy.
do.
Hard prison. I feel you.
You're allowed to call me a fuck. Hold on, answer me first. She's allowed to call me a fuck nigga and child, bitch ass nigga. I know gangsters.
After you was antagonizing her, that's what I'm saying.
Pig head need to sit down.
You're still beautiful. You being black, you're still beautiful. Being dark skinned and black, I find. Fuck up. Yeah, shut that fuck. Yeah.
You're so beautiful for being dark skinned and black.
I still like. I'm gonna still like black women after this.
For fucking 2 fucking weeks.
I'm gonna still like black women after this. I'm gonna still like black women after this.
Black American men after this.
Okay.
Black American men, the Malcolm X's.
Okay.
Fuck these niggas.
Yeah.
Girl.
There you go, folks. This is what black men have to do.
No, you was antagonizing her.
Like you.
Okay.
You would never fuck me. You would never fuck me.
Why would I never said I wanted to.
You would never fuck me. You would never get a bitch.
You would never
pull your bitches up.
You would never
pull your bitches up. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
But
You
this
YouTube ass
is
nigga.
a moot point.
All right, yo, this is getting out of control.
It's breaking my heart. What's going on?
That was wild.
You see what I'm saying about social media? Like this is what's out there, and I'm like, bruh. Yeah,
it's hard.
You should have played this one first, because I wouldn't have been able to come out my mouth and say that it's men are the leaders and y'all need to get together first. Because what the flip? Like, what's the incentive of y'all together at this point?
Yeah, you can't lead that, right? You can't. There's nothing you can do to that. Anybody that feels as if they're ungovernable means that they feel as if they're above any law, anything. Like there's nothing you can tell them, right? Right. And I guess in her mind, she makes $350,000 a year. She flies to Fiji. She had men take her to Fiji. Like she wants to move to Grenada. All this craziness she
Like,
talking about.
girl, what?
What?
And I don't
You know what
even
I'm saying?
What'd you say? I don't think he even got off his square. I think he handled that so well because he really could have put that bait. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Listen to him, man. Like I've heard that before too, but
Right.
he really handled that well, I think, because it would have just been, she's competitive, as you could tell. Like I think he knew like where he could fit in, and he really gave it a valiant effort to at least continue to stand up for himself. But he's going to let
Right.
you also show your ass. I don't think he got knocked
Right.
off of his square at all. If you're a calm dude and you're a laid back dude, you're gonna stay laid back even when you're in the midst of fire. And I think that that's what he showed, and I admire him for that. I would dead ass watch his YouTube for that. And I'm gonna find her, and I'm gonna make sure I tell. No, for real. I want to tell everybody. I want this to be an example of what not to do, how not to think, how not to speak, how not to carry yourself, because all of that was completely unnecessary. He tried to diffuse the situation on several occasions by validating her based off of what he could see. He doesn't know her because she's not a YouTuber. So based off of what he can see, you're a beautiful, dark-skinned Black woman. I still have value for you. I still have love for you. I'm not going to say F Black women because of the experience that you're showing me. Whereas on the inverse, you're acting like Caribbean men are canceled because he's Caribbean and you don't like what he
Right.
said when he didn't even get to finish whatever the hell he was trying to say.
Right.
Foolish.
Insane. She can't. You see people like that. You can't have them on podcasts because there's no solution, right? But in all fairness, right, we got to look at it. A lot of these shows, let's keep it real. They don't care about solution. They care about views.
They care about what's gonna be rage bait. That's why I said if this is
Right.
rage bait, then I get it. But if this was supposed to be a progressive conversation or a reflection of the conversations that Black people are really having with each other to get to a better place of leadership and love, that's not it. This is not an example of that. This is what not to do.
Right. And like my guy World Class said earlier, he said, I blame the host. Because honestly, when you run these type of shows in person or on StreamYard or anything like that, there's a level of control that you have to have over your guest. And if you can't do it, that's a problem. But these guys, I feel as if they don't really want to do it. I feel as if I'm not, because I'm supposed to be on his show next year. But would you have heard about his podcast if I didn't just show it to you?
No.
Probably not. So this is how they get their name out there, right? Controversy. That, oh yeah, I had a Black woman blow up, and it shows the bottom line of Black women, like the worst of the worst, the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So what it does, it creates that talking point that this is how Black women are. They're ungovernable. So then you have the extremists that's going to be like, yeah, that's all Black women. All Black women are ungovernable. Not just looking at her, the individual, and maybe her sister code girl that was next to her as an anomaly, or just that's how they are. No, it creates controversy. It's views. It's going to now get spread around the internet like a wildfire. Hell, I just reviewed it with you. So, we are essentially spreading light to it, but this is why this commentary after is also important. Fellas that's watching this, not all Black women are like that. That's her. Because that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I could say it's the host too, but she's a grown ass woman. That is that, and I think the host should have nipped it in the butt to an extent. But I also, again, if this was to be a conversation about progression and not just views and likes, then her showing her ass kind of needed to happen a little bit. So she discredited herself. So now if she gets on another platform, we're kind of expecting her. Everything should come out of her mouth is invalid to me. Everything that come out of not what we need to be listening to.
Off the rip, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
She invalidated herself, and I think that's why I don't mind that part being shared, because if we can all at least agree that this bitch is wildin', like, don't be like her. This is what you get. Look at these two calm Black men that didn't call you out your name not once, didn't call you a stupid, fiery, seasoned bitch, didn't didn't call you none of that, validated you even in the midst of you disrespect. Kudos to them.
Right.
Shut up.
Right.
And
He
the
said Mingo
friend,
see how her friend was being quiet and demure, but exposed herself
exposed
at the end.
herself.
Exactly.
Well, she didn't have the room to expose herself because the other girl, she didn't have the room to expose herself till the other girl walked out the room.
Right. Yeah, because her friend wasn't even letting her talk, so she couldn't even say nothing.
Insane. I want to find
Oh,
whoever was on that platform, because now it looks like Black women don't listen. And even the last podcast that we had, the man that was the broken Berlin, he came in and he said black women don't listen. Well, damn. Certainly
and stuff like that is what they watch on the internet. So to him, it's like, yeah, if you see that all day, you see women responding like that to men, it definitely feels like, yo, there's no way I could be your leader. How am I going to lead? Where am I going to lead you to? You don't even want to listen to me. As a matter of fact, I can't even talk to you. And then you know what's so crazy? I guarantee you, if you were to have a conversation with her, and you say, hey, why'd you act like that? And she's going to say, well, as she said, I only listen to men I respect. So what happens when you're in a relationship and that man makes you mad and you no longer respect him for that moment? That's how you're going to act. She got up in his face like she was ready to hit him, as if she could have beat him in a fight.
She swung at him a little bit. Like she really,
she kind of gave like a, you know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Girl.
Crazy. And that's what those men see. So when we was talking to Broken Berlin, that's what he sees in women. He's like, yo, listen, I see sisters get up in men's face. They be ready to fight. They be ready to So it gives you some reserve when it comes the time to deal with our women. I just know better because it's really the women that you surround yourself with. Usually, if it was me and I was a man in that podcast, I'll be honest with you. If I was that guy sitting next to her, I probably would have excused myself. And I would have looked at the host like he was crazy. I'm like, hold up, you invited me here and you ain't even let me talk. He would have been like, oh, but so you should tell her to leave because she doesn't run this show.
Yeah.
So I'll excuse myself because you are allowing this to happen on your platform. This is your house.
Yeah. That's a man for you. I didn't even figure that was even a possibility, because it's a conversation. It's supposed to be a conversation between the three people or the four people, the three people and the host. So, I guess maybe he had a little more faith and hope, but I don't know. If he had gotten up and walked away, I think that the direction would have gone a little differently. Like she wouldn't have really had the opportunity to show her ass, because it would have just been two women that agree with each other and a man asking questions.
Right. Crazy. That's the YouTube streets for you, though. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it clean over here. This is why, over here, I try not to even really curse too much. I try not to do too much, because I do know it could cause a lot of tension between the panelists. So I like to have clean conversations where it could almost sound like, are y'all searching for controversy? But nah, we're going to have a conclusion at the end. How can we fix our problems and not further our problems? And then I think that's what helped this channel grow to the way it did. It's more of a solution-based channel. But not everybody's like that, and I respect it. Hey, it is what it is, right? It's part of media, so say, right? But Miss Harmony, we've been rocking for 2 hours, and I'm the laziest YouTuber you'll ever meet. So I usually cut it off now. But I want to thank you so much for joining the show. You created a lot of value within this conversation, and it's been a pleasure. And here's the thing. I have to ask you, because I'm going to ask you in front of the audience that's here now and the audience is going to watch later. Can we have you back on more of our panel shows?
For sure.
All right. You heard it.
I appreciate you for having me on this platform, but and I appreciate that it is solution-based and not just talking gossip. And ultimately, I think the solution at the end of the day, everyone work on yourselves individually, and collectively we will be okay. Serve God
Right.
before you serve anything else. That's it.
That's real. That's real. God first, y'all. So with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Thank you, everyone that's in the chat. Thank you to the mods for moderating the chat. I appreciate everybody for being here. Stay tuned for Meet to Marry. As I said, by the end of December, we'll be dropping our new season for y'all of Meet to Marry. All new. Meet to Marry ain't nothing like y'all seen it before. It's actually a reality show now. So when y'all see it, y'all are gonna be like, yo, because those of y'all like highway skinny, world class. Y'all been with me from the beginning. Y'all remember when I started talking about Meet to Marry to what it's turned into. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody for being here. Shout out to everybody that's gonna watch it on the replay. Much love, much respect, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Yeah. Let's go. Looking for my love and my best friend, hoping this ain't the end. I need someone to hold me, tell me lies and scold me. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what you bring me to marry? Is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. Me to marry? Is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. I want that real love that lasts long, the kind that makes me strong. No more playing these silly games. I need someone to call my name. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what?
Late night phone calls with you. The only thing I wanna do. It feels so right, it must be true. Girl, it must be true. It's the vibe you give to me. It sets my soul free. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Her and I, yeah, we a team. She's my dream, my everything. Her and I, living in ecstasy, just her and I. Walking down the street, holding hands, oh so sweet.